Yes, it is, as you can see, just after 8 o'clock on Thursday, 3rd of November. Beautiful day after an absolutely terrible day yesterday. You'll be totally impressed with my garden. I actually out yesterday morning, just before the rain came, putting yet more plants in. You might not notice a huge difference, just believe me, there is a difference. There's just a lot more plants, a lot more bloom. I bought that, for example. That's a cyclamen, the pink plant, which is a winter plant. These are gladiola, the big ones. They are not, when I say they're not real, they are real. They're not growing, they're out the flower shop. Everything else is real. This is all real, this is all real, this is all real. I've tidied up my bin area. Old Eamon, a nice guy, but he was just politely saying it was a wee bit untidy, and he's right, there's a bit of rubbish, and I'm going to the skip today to get rid of the rest of it. Jack's bike, which I think we should sell, get him some funds for his trip. I'm hopefully having him down tonight or tomorrow for ostensibly a game of darts, but obviously it's more than that. But I'm going to invite William, my next door neighbour, who's already agreed to come. As you know, I'm an expert in hill walking in Vietnam and all things Vietnamese, and to a lesser extent Taiwan, but obviously I don't think there's a person in Scotland knows more about travelling in Vietnam than William. He was telling me 25 times. That's on holiday, not in relation to obviously somewhere to do with adoption, but basically he's been 25 personal trips to tour Vietnam. Beat that. Seriously, is there anyone in the world done that? Scotland, I would be astonished if I met maybe someone actually from Vietnam that lives in Scotland and this goes back every year, might meet him, but seriously, no doubt. If Jack gets it, I'm too busy and I don't want to meet him, I'll just bite my tongue, but sorry, that's surely even going to tell you something. However, let's be positive and hope it's a good bit of bait. You can find out a bit. I'm not going to lecture him, I'm going to help him. I'm going to suggest I systematically through eBay sell a lot of his stuff, put it in a bank, one of these Thomas Cook cards I've opened for him, and I said I'll continue to top it up as we sell things. He can even sell them from, there's nothing to stop him proactively helping sell and promote the sale of the stuff from Taiwan, Vietnam, whatever the hell he is, on a flight, on a bus, on a toilet seat. He can do it as easily as me, probably better than me if he put his mind to it, because he understands the internet better, but I can certainly do it. But it's his stuff, it's his money, and I'm sure he can do it. This is what I'm trying to do, give him alternatives. I'm not trying to lecture him, I'm trying to guide him, which is a different thing altogether. However, let me not grab it on. I did not do this to rabbit on about Jack, but sorry, it is preoccupying me. But as I say, it's actually a really nice day. It seriously was fucking terrible yesterday, I swear to God. I had my lights on at 1 in the afternoon, my outside lights, just to brighten the place up, and they were like shining bright. Obviously they're actually still on at the moment if you look closely, but you don't see them in daylight. But I swear to God they were bouncing out at you. Now how about this for cool? How about this for cool? This is my front door, which I did yesterday in the rain. Well, obviously not in the rain, but whilst it was raining. And I've got the two main Beatles albums, well the two ones I've got covers for, Help and Abbey Road, and I've got every other Beatles album along there. I would have put yours on, in fact I will put yours on, I just genuinely didn't have room for it. It's still in my fridge, and I'll show you. I'm just trying to work out precisely where I put it. I'm thinking of putting it there, but I want to just chew on it and see, because I keep finding little things that work as nice little icons, and there might just be a better place for yours and or theirs. So there's no rush. And here's my map, as you see. Did I show you this? The map I got out of Kitty's of the 1959. It was a 1957 original map. It was republished in 1960 after work to just correct it and update it. And yes, so it must have been done in 1959. It must have been done the day I was born, some of it, surveying, and this is all the clacks, and this is all the way up to Perth, Auchterarder, our area. Fantastic map. In fact, I didn't point this out to you. In fact, if I pointed out to you, you'd still be looking at it. It's fascinating. It's an Ordnance Survey official map. It's not the one scale, there's a big scale, but you can really, seriously, I'm thinking you can actually isolate bits and blow them up, and it's every bit as good. It's the same map, it's just shrunk down, if you understand. So if you blow it back up, it's got the detail of an OS map. But this is actually what I'm going to show you this properly. My shrine, I've been up since 6 AM this morning putting final touches to my shrine, and check that, yes. It's even better than it was, but And this is a piano that Hans kindly gave me 2 days ago. I've always wanted a piano, and he just randomly out of the blue says, "You want an old piano?" And it's not an old piano, it's a fucking great piano. Hold on. Hold on. Let it be is a good piece of advice to me, and to some extent everybody. Just let it be, it work itself out. No need for crises, just listen. When I find myself in times of trouble, oh Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, oh let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Right, that's me. Oh, there's me. Let it be with Sir Sean. This is Jack's. I think this is Ukraine. The Cafe Ukraine's definitely going ahead. I'm just putting the prices tomorrow. This is a poster. That's, if you wonder why I disappeared to the toilets so long with you and Hans, to your annoyance, it was to do a number of things, but specifically to photograph posters. And I noticed this poster had fallen down off the wall and nobody was looking at it, and I pinched it. Yes, Franz Ferdinand, great wee poster. I'll frame it. I've still to get to the Dunfermline place. In fact, I'm going there now, Dunfermline, to see the guy about copy and stuff I think I've mentioned before. I'm going to do a wee performance. But this is actually why I came, to show you this. This is actually why I actually came. This I made, yes, I made this morning at 7 AM because I was up at 6. I didn't eat last night. I fell asleep at 11 without basically a meal. And I've made this absolutely, this is lamb, peas, garlic, onion, everything, all these spices. I won't go through them, you can see them. I swear to God, this is superb. Believe me. I wish you could taste it. I swear to God, if you served this up in a restaurant, you'd go, that was fantastic. Can we have some to take away, or we're coming back? It is bloody good. It's just a lamb paella. I don't know what you call it. It's basically lamb, and I've diced lamb, but I've cut it up really small. It's almost like mince. It's like big bits of minced lamb, onion, pepper, oregano, peas, fresh peas. And this is, again, I like this glass. It's not. This is actually bigger than a pint glass. It's actually a vase. If you look at the lip, no, it's not a vase. It's a mixer. It's for mixing, presumably, cocktails. It's about a pint and a half. And obviously, this is one for Campari. It's got, you notice, it's got a little lip. But it's basically kind of pint and a half glass, which is what I'm using it for. I could use it as a vase. I suppose I could use it to mix you a Campari if you have a fancy one. And there we go. It really is a nice day. It's one of these days that makes you feel good. Specifically after yesterday. Yesterday was just so shocking. It was so bad. Here's my bedroom. It's even semi-tidy at the moment. And look where I put my drum kit. In the corner of my room on a slight stage area. Because I moved. So when Hans brought the piano, I had to move something. And as you notice, I had two kind of small low-lying tables. And if you look closely, that's one of them. The more ugly wooden one is now a stage, effectively, and obviously a storage area underneath. My shrine, as you will see, is going to go back eventually, but it's been basically incorporated into the main display, which I'll be putting up lately. Less personalised. I've not done so much heavy stuff with my mum and dad, not to downplay them, just kind of incomprehensible to a wider audience, so I'm just leaving them out because it just looks a bit ghoulish and just irrelevant. And as I say, there's that. This is so cool. This is the four. I just realised I had four of them, and they sat on. What an inspired idea. They're basically balanced on the drawers, pulled out ever so slightly, and they're very, very secure. I think I'm going to keep this permanently. I'll put some blue tack around them just to secure them. But it's cool, 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 cool. Look, here's. And I said, I've taken out the personal element with my mum and dad, but not your good selves. Look. You're the Queen of Diamonds, but you're in even better company. Jack of Diamonds, and I'll not go through it all, but I've put my cards there. We've got Paolo, we've got Bob Dylan, the Oasis Boys, Kevin Bridges, the King of Hearts, the King of Spades, the King of Clubs, the King of Diamonds, George Harrison, the Ace of Hearts is Robbie. The Jack of Hearts of Paolo, Kenny Dalglish. It is cool, believe me. Sir Sean, Jack or something or other. And it goes on and on. I won't dwell on this. This is cool. The Clash, Know Your Rights. It's a great album from the mid-80s. Lefty people. Titan Crane, Mandela, John McLean. I've even got Jeremy in, that joke album. It looks like a tribute to him, but if you actually read the book, it takes a complete piss out of him. Muhammad Ali, Bin the Bedroom Tax, UNICEF. And look, Pride of Praise. I was showing this to William yesterday when he briefly came in. He was most impressed. I think he even understood it, which I don't fully. I get the gist of it, but he loved the fact that I had a original Vietnamese Mao Zedong. There's actually, when we grew up, we always thought Mao Zedong and sort of Chairman Mao, they kind of, we just thought them the same figure. Quite different. Chairman Mao was a complete bastard, kind of psychopath. I mean, Mao Zedong was really just a kind of nationalist, a wee bit lefty, but then it was of that time. He was just a kind of, frankly, he was a kind of John McLean figure that they didn't shoot. He was just this kind of radical lefty guy who believed in his country's independence. And he turned to communism basically because the West rejected him. But he started out, he went to the Versailles peace settlement looking for a decent deal, and then realised he was dealing with a lot of imperialists who were just interested in carving up his country like everybody else's. So it slightly changed his perspective. The Russian Revolution broke up at the time and he thought that sounds like a better idea, and in principle he was absolutely right. It was a no-brainer at the time. Obviously it didn't quite work out the way we thought, but there was hope then, better than backing Winston Churchill and these bastards who literally just are evil people. I know you hate this kind of, and I'm too fundamentalist. I just think there are such a thing as evil, self-seeking, selfish people in this world, and I think that's not your difficulty. Your slight naivety is you've not quite clocked that yet, that not everyone's as nice as you and other people. Most people are nice, but there are just some bastards there who are just better confronted, binned, proverbially kicked, because they are just evil. They are not wrong, they are not mistaken, they are not just made a little error. They know what they're doing. Churchill knew what he was doing when he carved up Palestine, knew what he was doing when he sent the Indians to their bloody death in the famine. It wasn't an oversight. Look at what he said. Breeding like rats, breeding like rabbits, it'll do them good. He consciously ordered a fucking human cull, and he's on our £5 notes, voted the greatest ever Britain. If you ever want to know why I went out of here, you ever speak to a bloody Indian about Churchill, they'd kick the fucker to death, and they'd be well within their rights. Because about half of them probably have relatives that died as a direct result of what, not just negligence, actually killed more people in the Holocaust. I know that's anti-Semitic, you can't say that because you're downplaying the Holocaust. No, we're not. We're actually giving an equivalence to what Churchill did, albeit in the systematic, nice way that the British Empire kills people, as opposed to gas chambers. They just con them, they starve them to fucking death, like the fucking royals. Take their fucking percentage. Fuck them as well. I'm out of here. I'm away to eat my meal, if I've not burnt it. Right, bye-bye.